Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And the other day, I thought to myself, man, I remember this amazing animation that was just so damn politically relevant when I saw it. And I believe it's about 8 years old now. It's called I, Pet Goat 2. And the reason that it sparked my mind, or sparked in my mind, was that I was scrolling through the sidelines, and the Mandela effect is a big thing, right? So for those that aren't familiar with what the Mandela effect is, it's for those that either believe that we're in a simulation or a multiverse or somehow reality has changed. It's the Bernstein versus the Bernstein Bear spelling and all of that. And basically someone had put in a response on my timeline, something about My Pet Goat. And for those that don't know what My Pet Goat is, that is the book that was purported to be read by Bush that day on 9/11, that he has like upside down, and it's in a storybook thing. It's reported that way in Fahrenheit 9/11 and a multitude of other news sources. Now, the reality is that it's not really an alteration. It's just that it was misreported, and it's called The Pet Goat. So that's what got me thinking about I, Pet Goat 2. And the symbolism is astounding. I think I've done like short breakdowns before, but what I want to do with this one in particular is we're going to play the whole thing without my ugly face in it, because I want you guys to see it for the first time. I want you to get your questions and comments in it, and then as we go through these questions and comments, I'll kind of break down some of the things that I obviously see in this. And before I get to it, I mean, it begins with, a barcoded, although it's a goat, it's almost to like show you live in a box, that you're a sheep, that these are truly fences that are built around us, right? It even has the barcoded stamp that could now be a QR code or anything that they want, right? Has a lot of stuff alluding to 9/11, Masonic culture. It's got the whirling dervish in it. It's also got transhumanism. Yeah, transhumanism big time. And that's why, to me, this thing is more relevant than ever. I want to encourage people that haven't seen it to ride the entire wave, get your questions and comments in. Remember, we've got 2 strikes. We've been fully demonetized well over a year. We may not be here. We never know. But thumbs it up, subscribe, and share if you are new to the channel. All the documentary films are free there. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade, the motion picture. Remember to Rockfin, Rockfin, Rockfin. Less than 2,000 away from 30,000 followers strong. If you are a premium member, and remember now you can get a premium subscription for the entire year for only $99.99. That saves $20. It's $9.99 otherwise. That gets everything. And the Unfit Statesman, it's almost like a preview of that. I don't believe that episode is out yet. It's going to be his first video episode, but you'll get a look at it from Jason Burmis's angle if you are a premium member. And remember, there are just a multitude of videos here that are either uncensored and, are not available at all here on YouTube, or ones that go the extra mile because there are just so many restrictions here. I do want to thank Odyssey for backing me up. The links down below, including the return to the GoFundMe, are down there. Without further ado, let's do it. Let's get to it. I'm going to take myself out of the mix, and I'm going to give you Heliofant's I, Pet Goat 2. is. That is Heliofant with I Pet Goat 2. Now, there's a lot going on in that, obviously. And if you've never seen it, I'd encourage you to, give it a second watch. One of the most relevant things to me is that you see this serpent-like creature enveloping an egg, right? The egg of some kind of a humanoid or human being, a child, if you will. And by the next time that you see that thing, it's growing out of its brain, very transhumanistic, on a screen. And, this evil-looking being that is continually shouting at it has the symbology of what's on our money, right? So, like, over the eyebrows, it's clearly, like, photoshopped where it's cut directly from there. And it has the pyramid, the all-seeing eye. You see that throughout, whether or not it's awakening your inner third eye or your Christ-like intelligence, right? Your connection to the universe. It's also upside down on the bottom of that creature's little pointy beard. That's just one of the many things. Obviously, the 9/11 references are huge. The towers coming down, America's flag going away. So we're going to your questions and comments right now. Thumbs the video. We don't even have 100 thumbs up, guys. Can we do that? If you want to skip the line, you know the deal. The only way to do so is by tipping over on Rokfin. It'll come over here on my handy-dandy magic box. And remember, I do want to encourage you, at the very least, to make that free account and check out all the stuff that you can only see over at Rokfin. Okay, so there's a couple above there. And by the way, thank you, David. David A. Clock, a new subscriber. Thank you for endorsing us and going for that premium content. Had the theory that the fireworks with the Rona behind death as he signals the small girl representing the other Asian nations. I don't know about that. She seems, you could definitely get the idea that maybe she was representing the Asian nations in regards to the Tiananmen Square, like standing up to the tanks. It's a good observation. What do you know? We're running out of quote-unquote conspiracy theories. Humble Narcissist says he's going to watch it over on the Rokfin. See you later. Oh, what's this go on? I have pet goats. They are cool and loads of fun. F the conspiracies. Just take whatever is in front of you and deal with it in the best way possible. Reality check. What's that even mean? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we were looking at a piece of art here. Yeah, I mean, we look at the part with Bin Laden with his little Central Intelligence Agency and Army jacket on, right? Come on. You should watch the follow-up vid. What is the follow-up vid? I don't know that I've seen the follow-up vid. Someone can tell me about that. Hey, J-Bomb, how are you? I pray blessings from North Ireland. I really hope you were able to start to bless you for what you have truly blessed me, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I know we are most probably landlocked, but it's older than that, so maybe it's a decade old by now. Could very well be. You and yours are welcome here. Well, thank you, Luke. Psilocybin Mandela effect. People, wake up! What do you think of California requiring proof of boop boop for state employees as of today? I think it's terrible. Even worse than that, listen, I can't really even play a lot of this stuff because I'm worried about it. Like, you got de Blasio mandating that state workers now either have to take tests or have to take it. No matter what. This is insane. The whole thing is insane. And now Cuomo's saying he wants people going door to door throughout the state, putting them into cars and taking them to get the shots. Wow. No thank you. No mas. No mas. So informative. In Shadows is a great sequel to I, Pet, Goat 2. So In Shadows is the second one. Is what's next. I'll have to watch that. Maybe we'll do a video on that as well. California is doomed. Yeah, let's thumbs it up. Not even 100 thumbs still. Whoa, big jump. Big jump right there. Big Jumpski and Hutch. There we go. Your live mug is great. Well, thank you. What can I do? I got a face for radio, guys. Just the way it is, right? The old woman bleeding, yep. Kid in a box, yep. What do you think about the boop boop? Maybe has... you know what? I've noticed that I think that Whitney Webb and who is it? T-Lav Ryan Christian tackled that issue recently and say that the studies on that are, flawed in many ways. So look, you notice I haven't covered it because I don't know enough about it. I've heard the rumblings and the rumors. Sometimes I take my time on issues like that because they'll come around and bite you in the ass. You notice that, like the magnetization videos, that's not something we ever focused on here. I stick to the stuff that I feel is the best evidence, the best information. I try not to make big mistakes, right? When I do make mistakes, I own up to them. But I'm waiting on any kind of information on that. I don't have a degree in microbiology. It's just like I'm going on fact-based evidence. When I talked about this thing not being natural, I was going on fact-based evidence from looking at all the studies, what it was doing, what characteristics it had, all that stuff. Let's see. We got to do a little Tex-Ski and Hutch here. Yep. And on two, thumbs it up. Bam. Great. Jeff Bezos' rocket is in it. I don't know about that. I didn't see any phallic-shaped rockets anyway. It's looking like they are telegraphing mid-September as full approval date for the boops. Buzzwords for the week: pivotal and pivot point. I don't really care what the FDA has to say. I don't really care what the CDC has to say. They ain't my daddy. Cuomo ain't my daddy. De Blasio ain't my daddy. All right? You have no say over my life. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not hurting anybody. I've navigated the situation to a place called Iowa, and I'm hoping that Kim Reynolds is going to keep it on the up and up and be one of the bastions for truth and freedom when we do get into the fall. Listen, I've been around the country. I've been around tens of thousands of people. I've been to so many events. Like I'm sorry if you're living in a fictional bubble where you don't think you can be around people anymore unless some three-letter agency or someone in a suit, either behind a podium saying they're an authoritative figure or on the screen being promoted as an authoritative figure, tells you so. I'm sorry if that's your life. It's not mine. It's not mine. While they tell you that a guy that can barely speak, Zombie Joe Biden, runs the country. Come on. Their credibility is over. It's over. Let's see. Elijah Kramer, thank you so much. And by the way, we got a couple here. Modi Super, thank you. Keep your positivity and speak the truth. You got to be positive, right? You got to do it like that. I got to smile. I watched the HBO Woodstock 99 documentary. It made me so mad. Made me so mad. It was so woke and such a woke millennial take on Woodstock 99, and kind of tried to strip it of a lot of its magic and blame it all on angry whiteness and misogyny. Ugh, yuck. What's your take on Jesus or the Jesus-like figures such prominence throughout the piece? I think it's multi-representative. If you've listened to some interviews that have been done with the creator, he talks about how it kind of goes into your own sensibility and you're going to interpret it the way you want. But I think a lot of it may be a metaphor for being in like the mind's eye, as you see above him. A lot of people talk about that third eye. Obviously, it has that symbolism. The pineal gland also is kind of represented as he comes through. So I think it might be, that Christ-like awakening that can happen in all of us. A lot of talk about that inner Jesus, if you will. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, we can be more and more enlightened beings and elevate that if we work towards it. So that's my take on it. I'm sure there are a lot of other takes on that one. I think, I'm not sure. I think Jay Dyer would be a good person to do this with. For some reason, I'm thinking I've discussed it with him. Maybe I haven't. Let's see. In Shadows. I've never heard of it, so I guess I'll have to look. I think it's get jabbed or face weekly Rona tests for state employees in California. It's crazy that they're going to subject you to some kind of a medical test. Like again, when they're medical testing before, the PCR was completely flawed, and really went through the ringer and they censored that. We'll just censor away. Censor today. Hey. We may not be here. Haha, you've been saying for years, bro, you're controlled disinfo, dude. You don't look happy, but I don't want to see you most sad. What are you talking about? We may not be here. Again, when we were talking about the, you're talking about YouTube? I'm controlled disinfo. I mean, these people. Yeah, I might not be there. Yeah, they've taken my channel before. I was off for another 2 weeks the other day. Listen, I'm sorry there are a bunch of losers out there that want to project them being losers on me. And I'm sorry there are a bunch of keyboard cowboys out there that wish they were doing more in their lives and very unhappy. I'm a happy guy. I'm a really happy guy. Okay, I'm unhappy with the way our world is going. I'm unhappy with the decisions being made by our quote-unquote leaders and the inability of the general populace to fight back. I'm unhappy that, there are people sitting there trying to fight against others that are putting out real information because they're the cool guys. Or they watch the cool guys that are constantly accusing everybody else of being disinfo. You notice we don't do that here? That we don't focus on people and be like, they're a Fed, they're disinfo, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's very few and far between that I'll, even mention somebody else's name out of my mouth in a negative manner unless it's just over the top. Unless it's like cartoon world grift. It's just how it is. Let's continue on. Puppets, all of them. Yeah, question everything, graphene oxide, faux show. Everyone must stand and say no. Let's see. The White Rabbit. This is fantastic. I agree. It is fantastic. What do we do if the protests fail? I mean, again, I think that you have to take over your local governments, right? You literally have to go into your state boards, your school boards. You have to take those positions. If they try to lock us down, you have to literally protest at or inside the Capitol buildings and put them on the spot in person and put them on blast for their lives, for their payoffs. I mean, guys, they're getting a ton of money now. A ton of money is coming county ways for all this stuff. And the door-to-door program, knock, knock, knock. Don't knock on my door. Don't you knock on my door. I don't need the government knocking on my door for anything. Get out of here. Go. Goodbye. Goodbye. The jab is, again, I don't know that that's true. Again, I don't know that that's true. Just saying that. Anyone seen, like I said, I would point people to whatever Whitney Webb. I know that she just recently discussed it with Ryan Christian. I haven't watched it yet, but I know she does good work. LC Buckshot. Protests will fail. Chaos will probably ensue. The symbolisms, what does it mean? Controlled demo, yes, they definitely have the Twin Towers controlled demo in there. I don't know what Trump is, Buck. Love it. Music is the weapon. Emojis everywhere. Some retractions. Kevin passed with the Tipsky and Hutch. Let's see what he has to say. Late to the convo here, but I saw the unvaxxed NFL players have to wear yellow wristbands and vaxxed get red ones. Yeah, it's crazy. And they want to like make them forfeit games if there are outbreaks, which they're going to blame on those people. So when did we see a bunch of players drop dead on the field with a red armband on a limp wrist? When do we? With a limp wrist with no pulse, the world will finally see the dangers of the new cult liquid biscuit. I guess it will be a win for truth the ugly way. I don't know that any of that is going to happen, Kevin. I am not wishing harm upon anybody. I'm just reading chats. Again, that's all I can say. I'll tell you what, though. I am hesitant to even bring the story up because you never know what's going to be fact-checked. But maybe I'll just read the headline. You got people like Pierce Morgan calling for all sorts of nonsense. But here's something I didn't do. Safe and effective. Woman has legs amputated after getting COVID days after what? Oh, the boop boop. Oh, she's a medical assistant from Minneapolis. Before boop boop, after boop boop. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Just there's a before picture and then there's an after. That's all. That's about as far as I can go on this platform. You know. Let's see. We got the Trip A. Live free or ba-ba-ba. It's a new goat. Is the goat Baphomet? I'm sure the Baphomet part is there. I think the kid part is there. I think you see, obviously, the mark of the beast there. You see underneath on the thing that it's a man walking a dog on a leash, and then you see the puppeteering, right, of George W. Bush in that. By the way, 300 watching. Can we get 200 thumbs? Can we get 200 thumbs? Let's see. Again, question everything. I gotta not read it. Illumina. Sure looks different at the start. Huh. Their ideas are suggested, their personalities are manufactured. The spinning dancers that go into a hypnotic state. Creepy. Wow. TJ, you never seen that, huh? Let's see. Those remind me of the pods where mankind doesn't produce babies. Those pods do. Yeah, no, exactly. It was like an egg pod, right? And again, that transhumanism feel, that snaky electrical cord into like the old school tube box. Yeah. Because you got to understand, like, you also saw, like, the stealth-like bombers and the tanks barking, right? And they're offering you more and more AI. That's all I'm saying. Dervlish. Thank you. Thank you, Ian, for correcting me. Mindless. That's the arrival of the Antichrist. Oh, the Antichrist. You think so, huh? Harlan Queen. Jesus breathing fire. Wow. Tower equals Bezos rocket. Old woman in the tower has a boot like Wally Funk. Let's see. I missed the very beginning. Where did this come from? Again, you can look into Heliofant. And you can listen to interviews with Heliofant, and he says, a lot of it's up to your own interpretation. But one of the great things about these live streams is if you are just turning in now and you want to know what we're talking about through this, a lot of people are commenting on it, go back through. I took Jason Burmis all the way out of the watch along. The whole thing is there for you, unadulterated, so you can check it out. By the way, guys, in about 2 hours plus, we will have John Fitch on. We will be doing Mixed Martial Mindset, where we will be talking a lot about this stuff that we can't talk about just on YouTube, on the uncensored end over at Rockfin. So make sure to make that free Rockfin account today. Miley had the same tongue when she performed in the VMA Possession. Dun, dun, dun. The phallic symbols. Always a naked witch. Shadow government. No brain. Head wound. We burn through the ground. A lot of emojin there. There's a lot of emojin. Mask. Those people love masks. Bread and circuses. What is this garbage? It's called iPet Goat 2, hence the title. iPet Goat 2 is more relevant than ever. Jason Thornsberry says, I saw a vid of yours explaining how the vax removes a person's natural immunity from the COVID if they already had it. Did I hear you right? So, if you want to, man, I wish I could find this Instagram clip because we've played it many times on here, and I don't know if I can play it. When we were doing videos on the fact that convalescent plasma, was basically not being taken by the Red Cross anymore from people so that they could be used in antibody treatments. Okay, you know what? Let's see if we can find it on the YouTube. And there was an actual news clip where it said that whatever you have kills after taking the shot, kills your natural antibodies. That's not Jason Burma saying it. Now, Red Cross still will take your plasma, which is your blood, for other reasons, but they will not take your convalescent plasma for the reason of creating antibody medicines. So let's see. I'm going to say, man, this is going to be a tough one. Let's go to DuckDuckGo first. Thumbs the videos up and subscribe. We do it live. Let's see if we can find this right here. It's funny. I'm wondering if I can just do a history search with Instagram. Probably not, but we'll try it. Because I don't have an Instagram and I don't go there. So let's see. Control F. Okay, here we go. That's Jen's Pulver. What's this, May 9th? Probably there's John. There's Sky Daddy. There's Militich. Man, let's see what we got. Let's try this one. Nope, not that one. See, this is what we don't know. I don't do a lot of Instagramming. That's in May. Oh, there it is. It got taken down. Guaranteed it got taken down. Look at that. There's no doubt that's the one, because I think if you go to May 19th, that's when, yeah, let's see if we can get this. Yep. So May 19th, that's probably when I went over that clip. So then let's go to DuckDuckGo. Let's see if we can see if all of it's been scrubbed from the internet. Come. And can we get 200 thumbs up, please, guys? DuckDuckGo. Man. That's what we get? Come on. I can't believe they took that down. Man, that's killing me. Maybe we should go to, like, May 19th. I don't know if I can even play it here. So, look, maybe we'll do that on the uncensored John Fitch show today. I think that's what we should do. So I'm going to look for that video clip hardcore when we do Mixed Martial Mindset later today. That's my promise to you guys. Let's see. Rebirth, iPet Go 2. The Kingdom is Crumbling. Let's see. Tons of emojis. Thorough Destruction. More emojis. What's this? D-Trump hair. What's that? Their agenda revealed. iPet Go 2. Interesting. Brilliant. Every time I see it, I discover something I missed before. So much going on in there. Jason, do you know anything of the collapsing of Earth's magnetic field and the current excursion event taking place? If not, take a few. Check it when you have a moment. I think it's all connected. You know, the magnetic field stuff is tough again because I don't have that knowledge base. I do realize there's movements all around, but I remember there was a big hype around 2012 and the magnetic pole shift, and that really didn't happen. TJ, thank you so much, says much love. Let's continue on. Jason, do we know anything about origins of this besides the name we were given? What are you talking about? With this virus? Again, they're trying to sell you on a lab leak theory. I'm not selling you on that. All I'm telling you is that the thing doesn't look natural. The scientists like Luc Montagnier say that it basically is some type of like CRISPR tech where they went in and modified it and edited it, right? The HIV research is over the top. It's been reported everywhere in the mainstream, and it was more than just the Wuhan lab. And I think that the evidence shows that this thing was seeded and not leaked. And it doesn't mean that's a nation state. I don't know if I can say that anymore. I think that I can because I've said it from the beginning. And, you know, you have to remember the U.S. Was accused by China and Iran of actually it being a bioweapon and distributed by them. And I don't know that that's true either. You know, but I'll tell you what, gain of function's definitely been going on. Bioweapons have been developed since World War II. The Nazis were developing them. I was listening to more Operation Paperclip last night. Annie Jacobson, I can't recommend her work enough. The GOAT. Let's see. There's so much to unwrap in this, even without all the symbolism. Correct. Howdy, Burmis. Thank you. So much revealed in such a short video. Agreed. Music is the weapon. Frequency is the weapon. Orphic egg represents the soul of the philosopher. Interesting. iPet Goat 2 is a total masterpiece. Reminds me of an animated version of American Horror Stories, Apocalypse. I think it was season 8. Just watched the trailer for it. Interesting. Let's see. Smash that like button, folks. Yeah, can we smash that like button? Pop music, weaponized platforms. Flag was ripped in half. Civil War, perhaps? Yeah, but it was ripped in half. See, again, there was a huge shift, 9/11 style, guys. Huge shift. 20 years ago. 20 years ago. We're coming up on that 20th anniversary. We should have said no and fought back. And now it's like, whoa, over the top. Whoa, over the top. And they're knocking on doors. The state is knocking on doors. Wow. Revelation of the Antichrist, Rise of the Shadows, and the world as we know it is crumbling. Posted that video on my channel, iPetGoat2. It's a good one. Hi from South Africa. Seriously, why is Alex Jones so scared of Alex Jones? I don't know what that even means. USA is all done, and it's Iran, China, Russia now. What the schnuckle fucks is going on, Jason? You know the deal. Alex Jones, China Rockman and Tui. I hope so. I hope we can make it happen. Oh, arts interpretation. Love Pet Goat. Alex is paid to be opposition. I do not believe that's true. Incredible animation, very surrealistic. Dolly did an animation with Disney that is very similar for the 40s. Interesting. It was a great animation for its day. iPetGoat 3 is like, there's some ridiculous, like, terrible video by, like, terrible, that has nothing to do with that. It's just almost unwatchable. Tim Osman, was that the CIA name for Osama bin Laden? Find out by doing your own research. The Return of the Sun, but in the dark I see. Talk about, well, that's a big one. That was a big jump. Can we get some more thumbs up? Can we do it? Let's see. Whoa. Man, that's a lot. We got phallic stuff, phallic there. Oh, there's a lot right there. Some more Whitney Webb stuff. Wow, we got a lot here. Time. Wow, that was a big jump. Wow. Jesus is the truth. Oh, man, this is going to be a long one now. We going all the way to the top? Okay, here we go. I think we just did it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Closer. DMX was the first one who exposed R. Kelly. R.I.P. to the dog, DMX. We did just do that R. Kelly video, which now includes allegations of the sexual assault of young men as well. Something definitely to keep an eye on and think about. This goat video is awful. Waste of time. Well, I guess opinion sucks. 420, no one cares. I bet you a lot of things suck then, huh, buddy? R.I.P. Biz Marquee. Yep. Yes, state employee cuckoldery. Alex and Trump, part of a black hole for the gullible to get sucked. I don't know about that. But again, no one's perfect by any means. I mean, again, watch my Alex Jones, when we start talking about Trump at the end of what I was trying to make into a big transhumanist lecture, really, is what I was going with. Let's see what we got here. That was a previewing comment. A lot of Scorpion references in iPetGoat2. When will California and HIV tests for state employees? That animation was incredible. Keep up the great work, Jason. Have you heard about what is going now being called Britcoin? I saw it trending. Start of a cashless society and financial slavery unless you have the boop boop. Oh my goodness. LOL. New York City just did the same from Long Island here. I know they did. People are so badly programmed here. Hubby and I are planning on escaping from this cesspool. Yeah, you need to leave. I'm not telling the people there that are there they shouldn't be fighting back in every manner that they possibly can to save their friends, their family, their country, their state from totally and complete tyranny. But, I don't know. I don't know that New York's winnable. I don't know. Dude, shoot AMA, sup. What's that? Godspeed. Just added the 100th thumbs up. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that. And remember, make that free Rockfin account. We are doing Mixed Martial Mindset in a couple hours, and the uncensored version is only going to be available over at the Rockfin. I'm going to try to find that Instagram clip that got pulled. Man, they pulled that clip. They pulled a news clip. Straight up news clip. And if I've got to show one of my older videos of me showing that news clip and then showing you it's the same URL, I'll do that too. Let's see. Configure your number's SMS URL to change this message. What? Oh, I hit the I texted to the wrong text. Interesting. Let's see. They were out of cash, and I had to go. Yeah, listen, it's all over the place. We only taking cards. They couldn't make change at the store. Yeah, I've seen that too. That's ridiculous. There is no cash shortage or coin shortage. They've pulled all that during this. It is called In Shadow. I sent that to my woke sibling, and they didn't get it. In Shadow, huh? I guess I got something to watch. Let's see. We have a medical sovereignty over our own body. Yes, but they want a medical martial law tyranny over the planet. And when I say they, I mean a predator class. Absolutely. Heliofant has a Gab account, no post, though. Interesting. They lied. No jabs for me. With the worldwide body count of the jab should have been pulled. I was just watching iPad Code 2 decoded videos last night. What the F? That's strange. Interesting. Hurrah, no boop boop ever. Positivity breaks. Critical race theory. Oh, you know what? The Mama Bears texted me too. I got to get them on. Let's see. Here we go. This is from Jason Thornsberry. Do you put any stock in, or looked into Fritz Springer's 13 Bloodlines book? I think I still have a hard copy of it. Actually, yeah. I think some of it's good. You know, Fritz's story is interesting. You know, I know that Jones has interviewed Fritz before and after the arrest. Jones is the one that carried it. That's where I got the book. I think a lot of it's historically accurate, but, you know, it gets into a lot of things that are very hard to prove, if provable at all, if not pure disinformation. You know, Fritz is a deprogrammer. That's another interesting aspect of all this, and obviously he's been talking about satanic ritual abuse for a long time. It's kind of like also with the Kathy O'Brien story, which I believe is cited in that book quite a bit, right? Transformation of America. There's a lot going on. A lot. Let's see. But I do agree with you here. They want to be the god of the human immune system. Give your faith to them and to theirs. It's more than that. They want a transhumanism. They want us to be, you know, they want us to be completely controlled and hooked into their hive. Changing DNA from inside the cells. A rock, paper, sunglasses. iPet Goat 3 is not what you think it is. It's Garbajo. Blew the lid off the DS bunker. Man, I never wear a mask anywhere. I can tell how confused people are by the mix of mask wearers than normal effing people who don't wear a mask. You're welcome, Vincent. Drinking water from your own well. Woodstock 99, Limp Bizkit, and the dog DMX stole the show. Yo, they demonized Limp Bizkit so hardcore in that, man. So in that thing. And DMX, they also kind of like, all right, so I guess I'm going to tell my story and my side of the DMX thing. So a lot of N-bombs were being thrown around in 1999 via DMX on stage, who at the time, he had 2 albums that came out like within months of each other that were number 1 and number 2. Was it Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood? And I forget what the other one was. Huge mega hits, all right? Now in 1999, the rock crowd and the hip-hop crowd, they weren't really intermingled. It was just starting to happen. You were just starting to see it. Like, you know, for instance, I had just started getting into like Wu-Tang Clan and NWA and things that I liked in hip-hop that were outside of like the poppy, like Puff Daddy stuff that I didn't care for, you know, that type of thing. And DMX with a largely, and I mean, you can look at the crowd, largely white crowd, and it was largely white. I mean, those are just the facts of Woodstock 99. It's $180 to go. And like, they're saying, oh, all these privileged white kids. You know how hard I had to work to get that money to go to that concert, to barely eat? No, there was no, I turned 20 when I was there. I was literally on the 24th, on Saturday, I turned 20 at 99, and those were 2 of the best shows. So I do actually remember I was next to black people thinking to myself, man, well, if am I uncomfortable with the sing-along that the guy on stage is trying to get the crowd hyped up with, songs I've sung, songs I've loved, and the other thing is, I don't even know if we could say the word wigger culture here, but at the time there were so many kids, especially in my area, I was in upstate New York, but a lot of the city kids, Long Island kids, that thought they were like the hardest things ever and very hip hop, were throwing N-bombs around like I was never that guy. And the other thing is, I think it was like love my bitches, but where's my, and that plays into their misogyny angle, but it's used in a friendly term, and he's asking the crowd. What they didn't play on the video, right? They played down any kind of misogyny they would have laid down on DMX himself, but they played up that like the whole thing was like this misogynist, terrible thing that happened. There was one point, and they kind of explained this, where people were covered in like human feces, right? They had knocked over the porta potties, and all this mud that they were in was actually a lot of human poop, right? So at one point they came through the crowd, DMX did, and this is like the sun's still shining, it's so hot. I didn't want to get touched right through, and like some of them were trying to throw that at DMX, and like he started calling them a bunch of dick riders, and anyone can go to the videotape and check it out. And one way or another, obviously he was throwing insults at them, but they didn't play that part of it up. It was just very selective. And I'm not saying that everything that happened at Woodstock 99 was a great thing. I wasn't there for the riots. I did take off Saturday night because I was spent, man. The sun, I got there Thursday night. Like the last thing I saw was Fatboy Slim after Metallica. And they kind of demonized that too. They demonized like that they had like stuff for all night. It just, honestly, really a garbage documentary on what I still think was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Let me know how the real world works in a lot of ways. And a great time, but also a time where you're going from like teenager into now you're at college, and now you're coming into being a man on your own, where there's like no rules in this area, and you kind of have to have self-awareness while you're doing all of it. So I loved that experience. There's my Woodstock 99 rant for you. Did you miss it? Well, Jimmy the Lip, if you want to go all the way back and watch, you can watch that then. You're not really missing it since we're still live. Jesus is the truth. Girl saved by grace. Hey, Rev, come on, hit that thumbs up. Bro, stop on this made-up Jesus stuff. Go by what he said and don't add to him. Okay? I Pet Goat was the name of the book. It actually wasn't I Pet Goat. It was The Pet Goat as we started with the video. Many people think it's My Pet Goat. Was holding when the towers came down. Correct. Obviously, there's a lot of 9/11 throws there. Apparently, they're admitting 90% false pause now. Again, I don't know that. Weak criticism. It is completely psychopathic. Where are the rich civil libertarians fighting this nonsense in the courts? No, they're fighting for themselves and not for them in the courts because they don't understand what's going on, or they're part of the problem. Like, anyone who thinks that Peter Thiel is their buddy doesn't know how the game is really played. Governor of Arkansas a few days ago, we can't force students in our schools to take the vax. But we can suggest they wear masks in school. Listen, they want to put masks on your kids. Again, Joe Biden's already told you that. Dangerous. iPet Goat 3 isn't the same people. It's just ridiculous. Critical is more about control via criticism than looking intently at theory. What if testing is a way to spread it? I'm not down with any of it. You can tell the people who are fluoridated do not get the video. Those that get the message, watch out for gaslighting. Joe wiped his butt. I've seen that video, but I don't know. Oh, that was the thing I accidentally pulled up, the Joe wiped his butt video? Yeah. Ignore the haters, Jason. I'm just living my life. Bioweapon war games. 3-step strategy. Jesus saves. Catherine Austin Fitz is suggesting we can do Cash Fridays. I think that's a good idea. That's interesting. If you haven't seen the original Gray State concept travel, that's prophetic. The Vex are doomed to resist. Winnie the Pooh is wiping Joe's butt. FBI got arrested at Governor Whitmore's kidnapping. We know all about. I'm going to be going on Magnus Panvidia's show to be talking specifically about that soon. Hope you had a great birthday, Jason. Yeah, it was, I spent it with Militich and my buddy Justin. We watched the fights during the day, and then my niece came down and we played some Mario Kart. So it was a good day. It's a good day. And I want to thank everybody that makes those good days possible. FBI infiltrates, then motivates soft eggs at cult camps and sets in the public to push policies we wouldn't allow otherwise. Correct. Alice, I agree they want us unable to even remember what freedom is. Correct. I think the bigger story is the massive crop failures around the world. What happens when the food runs out? CV has been an excuse to gain more power. Well, listen, go watch my film, Shade the Motion Picture. It's absolutely free. It talks about a lot of the geoengineering that is causing that 8 years ago. Knock, knock, a bang, bang. Scram, ya bothers me. Make time capsules, let the future know what freedom is, which I think is a genetic trait anyway. I kicked a census worker out of here last year. And I had a census worker come to me while I was in New York, and I was just like, I don't have time for you. Get out of here. Go. I know. I was on the phone. I'm like, no, just go. So, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Remember, in a couple hours, we'll be doing a live Mixed Martial Mindset with John Fitch and a host of issues, many of which we can't talk about on this platform. Although we will be simulcasting in the beginning, we'll take the hotter, spicier stuff all the way over to Rockfin. Thumbs it up, subscribe, share. Again, it's tough. We've been on 62,000 for like 60 to 60. I think we've gotten like in the last year less than 2,500 subscribers at YouTube. That's how capped we are, right? Because, we talk about things that are, obviously safe and effective. like the experts say, we know, but and we call out zombies when we see zombies, right? But what I do want you to do is, again, check them all out. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. They're all free. And make that free Rockfin account. Make it. I mean, look at all these unset. First of all, the Cara Castronova interview. She just did a rally yesterday. The Iowa Worldwide Freedom exclusively right here on Rockfin, just because we can't talk about those subjects here. The Alex Jones interview in all of its elongated glory only on the Rockfin, uncensored. And so many others. Last week's Mixed Martial Mindset. For the 2 weeks we were gone, there's probably 20 videos that you need to catch up on, including Leanna Wen for prison. Guys, not about left or right. It's about right and wrong. I love you, and I'll see you on the flip side.